Welcome to the Real Room, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, John Hinton. And if this is your first time joining us today, first off, welcome. You are in a real place for real people to have real conversation. And if this is not your first time and you're stepping back into the real room, if you're a frequent flyer here, you know what it is. We we try our best to relate, educate, be authentic, and loving. Real quick shout out to everybody who is watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, shout out to you. Everybody who's listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, shout out to you. However you chose to step into the real room today, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here chilling with me. I'm just gonna jump right off the bat and tell you that this is a solo dolo pod. Yeah, your boy's in here solo dolo. I'm alone. I'm all alone. And there's no one here to vibe with me. Well, there's you. There's you. And I'm so happy that you came here to get real with me. For those who don't know, we've been having some guests here lately. Yeah, we've been at this for about 2 months. Wow. Can we just, oh my gosh, can we take a second to just be like, 2 months? We've been chilling in the real room for 2 months and we've had ourselves a good time, I believe. I cannot tell you how much fun I've had. Like, it was a little stressful. I'm gonna just be real. I mean, that's all you're gonna get out of me today. I don't know what this solo dolo pod today is gonna be like, but yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling with y'all. But for the past 2 months, yeah. All right, so let's just get into it, John. Collect your thoughts. The first month, dude, the first month was a little stressful. Laying that foundation, trying to get everybody in the real room, or at least an understanding of what this place is. And I honestly, I was battling a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of doubt. The enemy came and tried to steal my joy, steal my passion, tried to stress me out. If it wasn't for the people around me who I had relationship with to remind me that that's just a compliment, honestly. Like, I was getting a compliment because why would the enemy come and steal, kill, and destroy, or try to at least steal, kill, and destroy something that isn't worth anything? And I believe wholeheartedly that this philosophy, this lifestyle, this place that God has created for each and every single one of us to come and be relational, educational, authentic, and loving has value. We have value here. You have value here. You are valued here. And yeah, it's just been amazing. But that first month was a little stressful. I don't want to go too into detail, but yeah, that first one was stressful. But then, oh, my alarm is going off. See, that's how real we are, right there. Your boy forgot to turn off his alarms on his phone. But yeah, that first month was a little stressful. But then your boy started seeing the light because God started aligning things, and we started doing some planning and seeing how we could really just I wouldn't say orchestrate this thing, but I was in prayer. I was in prayer about what we should do with this real room, how the direction we should head, like in prayer about who we should have on it. And we ended up lining up, or God ended up lining it up really well. Some fundamental guests on that second month, or in that just last month. Yeah. So if you haven't watched any of them, if this is your first time, I wouldn't even say pause this video, go back and watch it. Actually, I would. You know what? If this is your first time here, bro, pause this video, go back, get the fundamentals, go to the beginning, find out what this is really about, and that'll let you know if this place is for you. And find out what it means to be real, and then watch a few of those guest episodes. I watch every single one of them, honestly. Like, I'm not out here trying to promote myself or this platform, but I love what God's doing here, and I want uh, it to help anybody that it can. And I believe it can help a lot of people. But yo, haven't we had ourselves a time last month? Like, yo, each and every single guest, it was something. Like, it was a whole different vibe. Like, I feel like each guest is a completely different vibe, and I love it. But isn't that the way it's supposed to be, though? Each and every single one of us are completely different people. And when I get to sit down with somebody across from me and uh, relate to them and allow them a platform, a time, a space, real room to tell their testimony and learn more about them, because geez, it's honestly made me think how many people we are around every single day, and we don't really take the time to get to know them. Like, yeah, we're like, it's a lot of surface level conversation. Like, yeah, we get to know them, like, but how well do you really know the people around you? Like, really think about it. Do you know your best friend's favorite color? Do you know your spouse's favorite color? Like, do you know what they like to eat? Do you know what music they like? Do you know if they're a believer or not? Do you know if they follow Jesus? Do you know what their religional background or their religious background is? Do you know what their cultural background is? Like, how well do you really know the people that you have chosen to do life with? Do they know you? Like, the more I sat down with these people who I am around, I realized that even I can be surface level sometimes, and that kind of drives me into this topic that came to my mind while I was setting up to just sit down and get real with you guys. Being real, like being relational, educational, authentic, and loving. Being real is a complete choice. Like, it's a 100% choice. God's given you free will to do anything with your life. And one of those things that you can choose to do or do not do is be real. I didn't make anybody who sat across from me in this couch, I didn't make them put on them headphones. I didn't make them step in front of that mic. And I didn't make them choose to be vulnerable or transparent about their past, about their childhood trauma, about their where they're at in life or where they're at in the process, uh, whatever it looked like, whatever they're going through. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't make them do that. They chose to do that. And that's what I love about this place so much, that dude, God has blessed us with a place to just be real. And if I could encourage each and every single one of you guys to do some soul searching, do some reflection, go look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, how real are you being with other people? Are you allowing them to see your vulnerability? Are you allowing them to see into your life? Are you allowing them proximity to your problems? Are you allowing them to see that you're imperfect? Because God uses all things to the good of those who love him. So if you're a Christian, if you believe in Jesus, if you're following Jesus, God can use your problems. God can use you no matter where you're at in the process, whether you're in the valley or on top of the mountaintop. God can use you in any way that you allow him to. We've talked about it on this podcast about partnering with him to help bring his will into this earth, allowing him to bring his will into your life, allowing him to bring his will and blessings into other people's lives. Because if he's going to bless somebody, he's going to use you to bless it. Just like the enemy. If the enemy's going to curse somebody, he's going to use you to curse them. And we have this beautiful thing of free will, this beautiful thing of choice. And if we could bring ourselves to a point where we could be comfortable enough with ourselves to be real in front of everybody, or at least the ones you're doing life with. I'm not saying you got to be real with everybody, but at least the ones that you're doing life with. I just believe, and I've seen personally, how well that helps other people, how much that helps other people at a great rate. Like it happens so fast. Like me and this young man that I know, I actually met him, I think mid last year, and we kind of didn't really talk a lot, but then just recently, we've been talking more and getting more involved and just doing life together. My wife and I go and hang out with him and his wife, and to see what comes, to see what is birthed through being transparent and vulnerable and open and honest and just allowing somebody to have insight, proximity to your mess, to what you're going through, where you're at in the process, and to have them do the same is such a beautiful thing. And God does so much with our vulnerability. God does so much with our humility and just our willingness to lay down our pride, lay down our mask, lay down this persona that we're trying to put on for everybody in the world. He can do so much with your humanity that I believe will help heal, deliver, set free other people in this world, whether they believe or not. In fact, like if they don't believe, I believe that if a person does not believe in Jesus and a Christian is in proximity to that person and they're able to see how real they can truly be while trying their best to follow Jesus, I believe that person has such a front row seat, if you will, to watching how God can move in the lives of people. And that proximity could lead to their spiritual preservation. It could lead to them actually becoming spiritually alive in Christ and coming to have a relationship with God as well, and come to find out who he is and who they are in him. And the more I'm just doing this, the more I am just living life, I'm realizing the importance of just being real with people. And I'm not saying that you can be real with everybody. That's definitely another lesson I'm learning. Yeah, let's talk about that. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab a drink of my coffee. For those who are watching on YouTube, yes, I'm drinking coffee out of a jar right now. Your boy needs to do the dishes. And yeah, But one another lesson I've learned is you can't be real with everybody. Yeah, let's talk about that. You definitely cannot be real with everybody. I mean, I just don't think everybody is able to take it, or some people take it wrong, uh or out of context, or they just perceive you wrong. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, I don't want to sit here and act like I'm a psychiatrist or a counselor or think I know it all, but maybe it's that they're not comfortable with being real. They're not comfortable with being vulnerable. They're not comfortable with being transparent. They're not comfortable with allowing somebody to see their mess. They're still uh, trying to wear that persona or trying to wear the mask, and maybe that's what it is. But no, you can't be real with everybody. In fact, I believe uh, that you shouldn't, in a way. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't like that, but like, maybe, all right, maybe what I'm trying to say is that it definitely takes self control, self awareness, and it takes wisdom to know when and where and how real you should be. Yeah, I think I'll say it like that. When and where and how real you should be. It takes wisdom to know how real you should be with somebody. Because if somebody isn't in your inner circle, if you haven't been doing life with this person, then maybe you should be cautious about how close you allow them to what's going on in your lives. I mean, God says, above all things, protect your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. Out of our hearts flow our mess. And if we don't carefully guard our hearts, we'll allow other people's mess to come into contact with our heart. And that, oh my gosh, see, that's what happens in toxic relationships when two people get together and they have no reason being together, and they're both just broken people. I mean, we're all broken in some way, but uh just a scenario, two people are broken, unbelievers, toxic, have childhood trauma that's unresolved, refuse to go to counseling, probably drinking and doing drugs and all these things to try to numb and avoid their problems. These people are just pouring their messes into one another, and it's just making a much bigger mess. And the people that they have proximity to, the people that they have connection to and relationship with, they are, one, not educating them correctly, or maybe they're educating them in a way that hopefully the people around them are seeing that, like, that's not how we should be living our lives. But that can be a result of, or an example of, how you should not, or how you should be careful about who you allow to see your mess, to witness your vulnerability. And I think that as you move forward in life, or as we move forward in life, because I'm still going through the process as well, I'm learning who I can and cannot be real with. I think it takes something outside of our own power, because I can be as smart as I can be. I can educate myself. I can read books. I can read the Bible. I can do all these things that are good for me and that I should do to become a well-rounded human being. But if I don't get a connection with God, if I don't go and seek wise counsel from people who are seeking God as well, it's going to be very difficult for me to know, one, who I can and cannot be real with. Um, because let's be real, two sets of eyes are better than one. But if I'm not connected to God and godly people, godly counsel, if I don't have relationship with those people and I'm not educating myself correctly, uh, I will get myself into issues and I will get hurt and I'll allow people to hurt me. And it can go so far as affecting my character and affecting the way that I look at people and I love people because I mean, I've been honest with y'all. It's hard to love people. And that's because I've let the wrong people in. And ain't that a cheat code right there? Like, be careful who you let in, but don't be afraid to let people in. God, ultimately, that's why I love God so much because if it wasn't for God or godly people around me, I would definitely have relationship with the wrong people and I would allow the wrong people into my life and allow them proximity to my heart, closeness to my heart, and they would hurt me. I've been hurt in the past so much that it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure one of you guys, probably all of you guys can relate. Who's been hurt out here? Now, if you really think about that, were you making the right choices? One, did you have God in your life? Two, did you have people who were really seeking your best interest and trying to help you and give you wise counsel? And then three, were you actually looking at the situation from a logical standpoint, an unemotional standpoint? Were you looking beyond from a place beyond the mess? Were you able to perceive the problems and their authenticity or their validity? Like were you able to see how the situation was really going, or were you just caught up and you had this image or this idea in your head that this is what it is and I want that because it's the way that it's going to make me feel and when I get that, whether that be um a job opportunity or uh a unhealthy relationship or whatever it is, like were you actually trying to see that for the way that it was, or were you just caught up? Because I've been caught up quite a few times in my life, and I've learned lessons, and God has helped me and healed me, and now I'm in a position to where I know real quick. Sometimes it's not super quick. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it is. Sometimes I gotta do some discernment, or I gotta use discernment. Sometimes I gotta hang out with a person twice instead of just once. Sometimes I know it right off the bat that I should not be hanging out with that person, but sometimes it takes another time to be like, all right, did they have an off day? You know what I mean? And sometimes you really just need to figure out who you can and cannot be around or who you should or should not be around. And I've learned those things. And yeah, I've come to realize and enjoy this process of, just being real. Um, Man, like when I tell you, yeah, I'm gonna brag on some of y'all. I cannot believe how much this platform, this place is helping people. Like, y'all have touched my whole soul. Yeah. Let's do this. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, this whole solo dolo is a whole nother vibe. But like, yo, can I just tell y'all I love you? Like, I love you guys so much. Like, to have random people on the internet just reach out, take time out of their day and type me up a comment or reach out personally and just say, hey, this was good, or hey, I can relate, or man, this moved in my life. And just to see all the comments, I'm not even getting like a lot, yo. Like, we're like doing that slow climb thing. Like it's dude, slowly going up. And yeah, we're not famous overnight. And I'm not looking to get famous for one. And I'm not looking for this to blow up overnight. I mean, if it does, cool, but I don't even want to know what that weight is like, or that stress is like. Geez. But while we're doing this slow climb, I'm getting to make connections with people. I'm getting to learn about people. I'm getting the joy of someone stopping me and saying, "Hey, I seen your video and I liked it." Not even like hitting the like button, but just like I liked it. Like honestly, I loved that more than I could ever love a number going from like 1 to 2 or whatever on like the little thumbs up on social media. Like to have a real connection to stop during the busyness of life, or to have somebody stop me in the busyness of my life and take the time to connect with me and say, "Hey, I liked your video. I seen the reel and I liked it and it really touched me, or it moved in my life, or oh my gosh, like there's just so many people that are connecting with it and helping me as well, because y'all don't realize how much that helps me. I mean, you're a human being. You can imagine putting yourself out here on this, or in the internet, like on these types of platforms, and really just be out here for the social chopping block, like, or on the social chopping block. Like, people are very mean sometimes on social media, and it's a place where you got your like keyboard gangsters or your keyboard Christians judging people, and it's crazy how negative it can be out there. But for God to grace me with a season, while this is all starting up, for God to grace me with a season of just joy and love and all the things that this place is, outside of this place, with either strangers or people that I walk with, um and I know, or at least I have proximity to and relationship with, uh, it's just very moving. It's touching, and it's something that I can't put in words. Like, I've been trying to figure it out while I'm talking, but like I can't put it into words how it makes me feel that, one, I'm out here doing things for God, trying to help believers and unbelievers alike to relate, to be educated, to know that they can be authentic, and to love them, to be out here doing these things, um, for God, and using my gifts and my talents and all these things, and to know that it's helping people is just, it's so good. It's so good. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I love each and every single one of you. If you've left a comment or you reached out to me personally, I just want to honor you. I want to tell you I love you. I want to take this time to tell you that you matter to me. You are a real one. Like, if you have ever stepped in the real room, and whether it takes you uh 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or even 3 days to get through an episode, because those uh those guest pods be a whole nother vibe, and they be like a straight up movie where we're in here just talking, and like I get it. But no matter how long it takes you to get through those, or maybe you're just somebody who enjoys micro content, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, when you choose to just step in the real room, whether it be for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or 2.5 hours, thank you. Thank you for coming in here, for stepping in here, sitting down, and getting real with us. Thank you for doing life with us. It means the most to me because I love people. I love being able to have relationship. I love being able to learn and help others learn. I love being authentic and accepted for the way that I am in the season that I am, for however I'm going through it, however vulnerable I can be. And to have the ability to love others and be loved by others genuinely. I just can't thank you enough. It's amazing. It's amazing. And oh God, help me put it into words one day. But I thank you. I thank each and every single one of you guys just for being you, for being real. And yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it, honestly. I think that's it. I just wanted to come on here, make a quick video, hang out with you guys. For the ones who can't go, 2.5 hours, you know what I mean? This one's only about a little over a half an hour. Uh, yeah, I just wanted to come in here, give everybody a little bit of a life update, I guess, and then uh, also help you guys to see where I'm at in life and where we're at within the pod. Yo, I'm super excited. Yo, hear me out. Hear me. Next week, next week, we have a guest coming on, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'm going to tell you you're not going to want to miss it. Okay. My sister in Christ, she came in here, she sat down, and we got real. It was honestly probably one of the best pods we've had on this in the real room so far. So I'm telling you right now, next week, you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure that you are here next Monday at 12 p.m. I want to see everybody stepping in the real room and getting real with us because we'll be waiting for y'all. But yeah, all right. So this is it, guys. I love you, and I just thank you again for being real. Remember, to be real is a choice. Like, you choose every single day whether you're going to be real or not, and you choose who you're going to be real with. And I just thank you all for being real with us. I love you. And until next week, keep it real.